What's up, everyone? You're tuned to the Sports Report on LBTV. As always, I'm your host, Jake Griffith. Lots to talk about in the world of Lynx athletics this week. Your football team coming off a heartbreaking one-point loss on the road against number 20 St. Francis, Illinois. We'll talk about that, as well as men's basketball kicked off their season against Southwest Christian, trying to avenge last season's two-point loss to the Eagles. Lynx would take on the Eagles at home. We'll have full highlights of that game, as well as bring Devin Jackson to the desk to break it down. We'll talk men's and women's soccer. They will be in action today on Thursday. We'll recap their past games, as well as preview Senior Day this coming Saturday. And we'll also talk rugby. The rugby team will be in action during the WIIL playoffs this weekend. They will have a home game this Saturday. We'll talk about that, as well as show you the full bracket and preview their upcoming game. So let's go ahead and get started with a lot to talk about. We'll start with basketball, and let's welcome Devin Jackson to the desk now. And Devin, welcome to the Sports Report for the first time this season. Obviously here to talk a little bit of basketball like you did last season.
Yeah, very exciting that basketball season is finally around and being able to broadcast most of the second half of the season last year. I'm excited for what's in store for their team this year.
You, as well as everybody else here on campus, and we saw a little bit of that reason why everyone's excited this past Friday night as they took on the Southwest Christian Eagles. Let's take a look at those highlights. Lynx looking to pick up their first win of the season at home, taking on Southwest Christian. The Eagles beat the Lynx in Oklahoma City last year, 83-81. It was a heartbreaker for Lindenwood Belleville. We'll pick it up here in the first half of action. And Devin, they say this is one of the most athletic teams in Lynx history. Here's why. Yams at home, TJ Jackson, baseline jam. Lynx up early. This time Mingo showing off the fancy footwork, driving the lane and drawing the foul. Not something you see from a big guy.
Yeah, Mingo is a very athletic forward and able to step on the perimeter and knock down threes sometimes and drive to the lane, create his own shot.
Andrew Doobie from the corner misses, but Mingo cleans up, knocks it home on the follow-through. Southwest Christian, they kept it close, just really couldn't get out in front of the Lynx. Three-pointer nailed there. And then watch this. The presence of mind by the Lynx defense tips the ball away, gets it to Sean McGee, who feeds it down low to TJ Jackson, up and under, off the window for two.
Just beautiful basketball there by Lynx, able to get the steal and convert into 2 points. And there's a huge dunk here by TJ Jackson, just all over the place here for the Lynx.
Lazy pass there from Jackson, though, taken away on the drive. But good defense and good job by Shunquest Stevens to get back and force the miss on the layup. Fed down low, spin move up and in off the glass. Really played that very well. Southwest would go on a little bit of a run. Inside-outside action, knocks down the three. Now Jonathan Smith misses, but watch this. Curran Walsh, he's a hockey player with the back check. Knocks it away, keeps it, knocks it down. Mingo feeds down low. Nice there from Shunquest Stevens, up and in. Now second half action, pretty much more of the same here in the second half as the Lynx were up by 6 at the break. 53-47 was the score at the halftime mark, and the Lynx would would stay more of the same. Mingo over to Doobie. Doobie, his brother was a pro, looking like a pro there. The one hop step to the side, knocks down the three.
Yeah, you can just tell he can create his own shot, just able to be athletic enough to make his own shot and just knocking down the three right there, showing off his skills.
Now back out to Shunquest Stevens, back out to TJ Jackson, and down low to Shunquest Stevens, and one. Now McGee has it, fed over to Shunquest, dribbles back out to McGee, fed in the corner, this time to Nate Sims, and Sims steps right into it, knocks it down, 95-86. Jackson, team high 27 points. Lindenwood Belleville 5-1 all-time in opening season games as the Lynx advance to 1-0 on the year with the win over Southwest. All right, so Devin, obviously a pretty intriguing game there. Lynx take home the victory, 95-86. As you saw on the graphic at the very end, the Lynx are now 5-1 all-time in season opening games. What is your biggest takeaway from this game against a very good and retooled Southwest Christian team?
I think you can take away that, this year they have a lot of different talents on their team compared to last year. They had a lot of different players last year that didn't really do many things for them. In the game on Friday night, you saw a lot of different players stepping up. You saw Andrew Doobie. He played very well. I believe he led the team in points, and that's kind of what we expected from him. Him having to sit out last year, and coaches were really excited about him as a scorer and as a scoring option. So, for him to be able to do that and being able to lead the team and show that they can play, very well against a team coached by a former Division I coach and retool team overall. It shows a lot of things about the character and what the team could be in store for this year.
Now, we called the season last year, at least you and I called the second half of the season last year. What are the differences that you see between this year's team and last year's team? I know everybody says it's way more athletic. This is honestly probably the most athletic team the Lynx have had in school history in their 5 seasons or 6 seasons of basketball here on campus. What is the biggest difference for you?
Well, I think the biggest difference is they have more cohesion starting off the beginning of the season. Like last year, you kind of have a couple players not, fully committed, fully in tune on the team. And for this year, like you talked about, like everybody's talking about more athletic, but it just feels like they feel more together as a family. Like I can see them bonding a little bit more. Like whenever I'm in the training room, getting treatment or something like that, I always see them, in groups talking and bonding and stuff. And I feel like that can be very successful for a team to be able to bond and being able to talk to each other and have fun on and off the court. So I feel like for them, it's just overall a better, sequence of things for them.
I think one of the most interesting things is that Chris Deans, he's out currently. How well they performed without Deans. Deans, one of the returning players from last year's team, and I think that's a good sign for Coach Spinner's team. Now, going forward, the Lynx will take on Benedictine College here at home next Tuesday, November 3rd. That's a 7 p.m. start time. Benedictine College comes in ranked number 22 in the nation from Kansas. Lynx struggled last season against ranked teams, many of those games you and I called. What are we expecting from the Lynx against their first ranked opponent of the year?
Well, it'll be a filling out process. Last year they kind of struggled with ranked teams, obviously, with Free Hardeman and such. And I feel like they can take some of the people who return this year, such as Deans and Mingo and Kern Walsh, they can take some of the things that they learned last year from playing ranked teams and kind of, implement it. And for Coach Spinner, he's, kind of experienced playing against ranked teams, being Free Hardeman at home. And, it'll be, they have to come out with energy, first of all, and really come out ready to play because, the ranked team, they're ranked for a reason. And, you have to bring everything to the table and really show that you can play with some of the best competition. Like right now, it begins, trying to get quality wins for tournament time. As you saw, they got left out last year by 1 spot. So for them, it'll be right now trying to take advantage of the best opportunities they can and being able to, execute and look forward to the opportunity of playing against a ranked team so early in the season.
Now, you did talk about they were left out of the tournament last year, missed it by 1 spot. The out-of-conference schedule, as you run down through the schedule, the out-of-conference schedule this year is very formidable. If the Lynx can pull this off, do you see that the Lynx out-of-conference schedule being enough to lift them into the tournament, potentially back to ranked status as they look to get back to?
Yeah, I think it can definitely help them having a tougher out-of-conference schedule. Because, in their conference, they play some of the best teams, in NAI, such as Free Hardeman and teams like that. So if they have a better out-of-conference, toughness of schedule, the committee will, hopefully be more lean towards them if it comes down to the last couple of spots for the Lynx. And they were able to win some of those games, and it shows that the committee that they are able to play with some of the best teams in the NAI and really can handle business, and that they'll show a great showing come tournament time.
All right, Devin, thank you for joining us at the desk. We'll let you get back to prepping for next week's game against Benedictine, Kansas. And as we said, that game will tip off at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It's the Lynx' first matchup against ranked teams this season. They went 2-6 last year, coming off the win against Southwest Christian. You can catch that one live on LBTV next Tuesday. Don't forget to tune in, and good luck, boys. Transitioning to football now, the Lynx football team hit the road this past weekend up to Joliet, Illinois, to take on the Fighting Saints of St. Francis. Lynx 0-2 all-time against the Fighting Saints. Played there last year as a 40-7 rout in favor of St. Francis of Illinois, and the Fighting Saints got the best of the Lynx again this season. A heartbreaking defeat, 35-34, as you can see the graphic on your screen. The Lynx played well, though, pushed the number 20 team in the nation to its limits, nearly won had it not been for a missed extra point earlier on in the game that cost them the tie. As you can see, Terry and Austin had a pretty good game, 3 touchdowns, 202 yards, no picks. Walt Jackson, 2 receptions, 102 yards with 2 touchdowns, and Cam Harris ran for 2 touchdowns as well. Lynx dropped to 2-5 on the year after the loss, and again, just another heartbreaking defeat for the Lynx. 1-3 currently in the Mid-States Football Association after the loss, and the Lynx now this weekend on Senior Day, one of the 3 Senior Day games taking place, will take on the Eagles of Robert Morris University, the number 9th team in the nation. Lynx have yet to play this team in school history, so looking for their first win. Also looking for their first win in school history against ranked opponents. That game will start at 1 p.m. Central Time here on campus. It is at home, so you can catch it on channels 43 and 989 on LBTV, as well as 89.1 HD3 The Link. Don't forget to tune in. We're going to take a quick break here on the Sports Report, but stay tuned. We'll talk rugby, soccer, and volleyball on the other side of this break. This is the Sports Report on LBTV. Welcome back to the Sports Report on LBTV. Let's take a look at some soccer action now as both your men's and women's teams hit the pitch last week to take on Lyon College. The Lynx, as we take a look at this highlight for the men's first up, Lynx taking on Lyon College. It'd be a thriller, a double overtime game, but the Lynx would fall 1-0 in that game. Ray, the game-winning goal for Lyon College, a 102-minute game. The Lynx fall to the ranked Scots of Lyon College, the number 22 team in the nation. Again, another tough loss as the Lynx will drop to 5-4 in conference and 9-7 overall on the year. As we take a look at the conference standings, Columbia College at number 1. Lynx has struggled this season against conference opponents. 1 loss all of last season, 7 so far this season, and 4 in conference. And it's just been a very tough season for Dan Hogan's team. As we take a look at the next game preview for Lindenwood Belleville, they will face Freed Hardeman today, actually Thursday, in the second to last game of their season. That will be at Freed Hardeman, and this coming Saturday they will take on Park University on Senior Day. Lynx looking for their 6th conference win of the year. That game will kick off at 1 p.m. Central Time at Lynx Field here on campus. Staying with soccer, but transitioning to women's soccer, the women were also in action against Lyon College, and the women also would go on to fall 1-0, as we can see the highlight here. This one was not a double overtime game, not a thriller like the men's game. 82nd goal for the Lyon Lady Scots, as they would take down the Lady Lynx in that one 1-0, dropping the Lady Lynx to also 9-7 on the season, as the conference standings graphic will pop up on your screen. Lady Lynx, though, 7-3 in conference. Lady Lynx also will have their senior day. The lone senior, Alex Scata, will be recognized in that game. That game will kick off at 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time here on campus. And they, too, will be taking on the Lady Pirates of Park University. Lady Lynx also in action today against Freed Hardeman, so good luck to the men's and women's teams as they travel to Henderson, Tennessee to take on the Lions of Freed Hardeman. And don't forget to come out and check out Senior Day for both the football team and men's and women's soccer teams this Saturday. Again, football kicks off at 1 p.m. Also, men's soccer kicks off at 1 p.m. And Lady Lynx soccer will take off at 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Let's move on to volleyball now, as the Lady Lynx volleyball team has had a rough go of it as of late, especially in conference season. As we take a look at the Lady Lynx volleyball team last game, it was here at home taking on the number 9 team in the nation, Park Pirates. The Lady Pirates came to town, and the Lynx would fall, dropping them to 4-21 on the season, as you can see the graphic on your screen tells. The Lady Lynx kept it close for most of the game. Hard to fault the Lady Lynx on that one. Park ended up being that much of a better team, and the Lady Pirates come in and beat the Lynx in straight sets 3-0. As we take a look at the Lynx upcoming game here, they will take on the Freed-Hardeman Lions in Henderson, Tennessee. That is a Friday game, 5 p.m. Central Time on October 30th. They will travel to Henderson, Tennessee, looking for their 5th conference win of the year. And once again, it's just been tough going as of late for the Lady Lynx. Graduated a lot of seniors last year, really struggled this season, but hopefully the Lady Lynx can get that win back against the Lady Lions of Freed-Hardeman. Again, 5 p.m. Central Time start in Henderson, Tennessee. Good luck, ladies. And finally, as we'll end the show with some rugby today, let's take a look at some rugby action. The men's rugby team had a great first season. They went 7-0. They ran the table. They were the WIIL South Division champs, and now they have found their way into the 1 seed in the WIIL Conference postseason tournament. As we take a look at the postseason bracket, your Lynx men's team will take on University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee in the first round of the WIIL playoff tournament, the conference tournament. If the Lynx win this game, they will travel to Wisconsin on November the 7th for the Final Four round of the conference tournament. They will take on the winner of the next round in that one, and if the Lynx can win that, they will go on to the championship round, which is November 8th, also in Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. 3 of the top 4 teams in the WIIL conference playoff will make the USA Division II Rugby National Tournament. So Lynx National Championship hopes still alive here. It's win or go home the rest of the way through. As the preview graphic pops up on your screen, you can see Lynx taking on University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, looking for their first win in school history in the postseason. Again, Lynx National Championship hopes still alive. They have to win out the rest of the way. It's win or go home for the Lynx. They will take on University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, I should say, at home at Lynx Field, the field adjacent to Lindenwood Stadium where the football team plays. That'll be a 6 p.m. start time for the rugby team. Come out and check that one out, as it should be a really good game. Lynx men's rugby team has done an outstanding job this season with their play, and credit Pat Clifton for keeping this team, keeping its heads on right, and really a lot of success in its first season, and I know the Lynx men's rugby team has national championship hopes this year. Well, that's all we have for the Sports Report on LBTV. It's been an action-packed week in Lynx Athletics. It'll be another action-packed week in Lynx Athletics. Next week, we will have men's basketball highlights as well as men's football highlights. We'll talk the Senior Day action for men's and women's soccer against Park, and we'll talk the rugby game as well as preview the basketball team's next game and talk about the football team's upcoming game against Taylor University. For Chris Sabo here at the Sports Report and everyone else that helps out here at the studios at LBTV, I'm Jake Griffith signing off for the Sports Report. Don't forget to tune in, same time, same place next week. We'll see you then.